Hello there, Vic Benedict here. We're playing God of War 1 on God difficulty, and this is my guide and walkthrough. We're currently on part 23, Poseidon's Challenge. I don't know why I called it Atlas's Challenge in the last video. I do apologize for that. It's definitely called the Challenge of Poseidon, and we're primarily going to use the Medusas Gaze on the Cerberuses. Now, the one that was the large one at the very beginning, he's very easy to take out with the Medusas Gaze, and I don't think that we ever let the small cubs turn big, at least on this fight. I don't think. There might be one instance where they get big, but the bottom line is that you want to kill the tiny Cerberuses as quickly as you can by using damaging magic attacks and strong moves of your weapons or of your rage. Just don't let them exist for too long from when they spawn. Otherwise they turn into the larger ones, and it can turn into a nightmare with a bunch of large ones running around all over the place. And we're going to meet up with more of these guys in the next phase, but we're going to apply the same strategy and instantly deal with them using the Medusa's Gaze. And that's a done deal. Okay, so now you get a checkpoint, and I would go over here and refill your magic, and then we're going to be dealing with two Sand Kings. And I've always got the feeling from this block over here that that they wanted you to use this to push forward. See how there are arrows on top of it? Well, it just kind of gives you a clue that you should be pushing it forward to guard yourself against arrows. Well, I use it for a different purpose. I put it in between these two columns, and then I spirit whore from here. So triangle, 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 non-stop, and you get some really good results by doing this. It takes a long time to kill these guys, and that's kind of worrisome since we have the blades at level 4. I'm not sure why it's taking so long to do this, because I'm getting pretty clear hits. But this is a very good strategy. Is it a little cheap and kind of cowardly? I would say that it is, but it's fun, and I discovered it on my own a long time ago, and I like to use it. So now about pushing the block up to where all the arches are. See, it's one area that kind of trolls you, and I don't like it. It's that one area in this whole game that feels like it's kind of a troll setup, and you know, those kind of setups never feel good to the person who's playing it. And not so much these guys. I don't count them as part of the troll setup. I count everything that goes afterwards with the archers, because they really irritate you, and it's very difficult to do at no damage. You've got to get extremely lucky, and I wasn't prepared to do that. So anyway, I'm just gonna roll my way up here, equip Poseidon's magic, and use this magic once, and it will kill everybody. Mostly everybody. Usually somebody is left alive. Okay, so now that everybody's dead, switch back to the Medusa's Gaze, and then you want to use that on the little cubs. If you need more magic, there is a box back there, but when you see these guys spawn, the little cubs, don't sleep on them. Immediately move away from any arrows where the arrows are coming and fall back. Now, there is a certain set number of spawns for these guys, but it's very easy to just do what I did right there and take care of them. And then when you get up here, you can just use collision to kill everybody. There's two snipers on, see the ledge on high right there? When you kill one, you'll have another guy spawning in his place, so there's a 2 count of this guy over here that we're attacking. So actually I'm going to wait for the other spawn. See? Look below me, there's going to be another guy. I see some cubs down there. I'm getting worried. I'm going to quickly jump down here. I don't know how long you get until they start to spawn, but it's not very, when they change, but it's not very long. And now we're coming up on probably one of my favorite areas in the game because it contains my favorite enemy in the game. It's a very challenging and fun enemy to fight called the Legionnaire Captain. So you're going to see the Legionnaire Captain in a few moments, and these guys are, if you don't know what they are, it's a tall enemy. It's an enemy that has a lot of armor on it, and it is an enemy that uses a broadsword as its primary weapon and a scythe as its secondary weapon. It is a very aggressive enemy, a defensive enemy, and it is an enemy that if you get too complacent on it, you'll find yourself getting owned to counterattacks, because this guy can counterattack as well as just as easily as he can attack. Now, the strange thing is that once you start to get out to this section where there's where these guys exist, the game just starts to randomly checkpoint during the battle. So when you see me come outside of this next area, you're going to notice that one of the Legionnaire captains already has a circle prompt over him. And it's just because I went over here and died several times, and like I said, it's very screwy over here. So so here they are. I like this enemy because it's a challenging enemy, and it's one that I just think it's really fun to fight. And a lot of things in this game are really fun to fight, but a lot of the things that are really fun to fight in this game are kind of easy too. But this enemy is less of a pushover than normal enemies can be sometimes. And it's just got great animations all over the place. Okay, so that's what it was. We'll fight more of them as time goes by. But for right now, we need to pick up the second Muse key. So if you're unaware about the Muse keys, because I didn't talk about it in the last video, the Muse keys are a set of keys that you need to open the Muse door, and which when you open it, it gives you a lot of great stuff. It gives you a lot of red orbs. It extends your health bar and your MP bar, and it's highly worth it to get these two keys. Okay, so now we have both of the keys, and the only thing that we have left to do on this stage is to fight 3 of the purple Minotaurs. And there is one higher class of Minotaur, and I don't know if I want to talk about it because I don't really want to spoil it, but it is the blue elite Minotaur, and we'll fight that one before too long, is my wager. Okay, so come right over here. I've died a couple times, so it looks like the game is giving me a little bit of my health back. Thinking about it, the R1 riposte, it really doesn't do too much for me in my mind, especially when I set on using it and see how good of results I can get. The R1 riposte is not that. It just doesn't really knock my socks off too much, but the square counterattack or riposte is very good. It's quick. It doesn't have a lot of recovery time, unlike the triangle one, which is a heavier, dual blade slam to the ground that has a lot of recovery, but it deals more damage. So you've always got to pick which riposte is going to be suitable for what situation you're in. If you've got a lot of enemies surrounding you, liable to attack, I would think twice about using the triangle riposte. And that looks like it's a done deal. We're going to head over here, smashing some statues. I think at this point I have somewhere around 3,500 to 4,500 orbs, so we still are trying to get up to 9,000 to get the blades up to level 5. But we'll do it in time. Just remember that you can't upgrade everything. You got to select what you want to do. For this video, I'm going to be signing out. Please take care.